Hey guys, I'm Chef D-Max. Welcome to the kitchen. Today we're going to make stuffed cabbage. I'm here with my Uncle Rich. This is a classic for him. He's going to share his recipe with us, so stay with us. Click subscribe if you're not doing that already. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video and ring that bell and I'll send you new things I have coming up. So I'll see you back in a second with some stuffed cabbage. Okay, so we're back, Rich. So tell me, how long you been making stuffed cabbage?
Oh, since I was young, and now I'm old.
so that difference between the young and the old.
Well, I learned from my father, who was a cook, and he was a chef, and we're passing it along to Dean.
Yeah, you've passed along a lot of good recipes already. So if you click on, if you follow me on here, you'll see there's some old ones we've done. Hungarian, we did peppercorns. That's a big one. That was a great one too. So so we've done some fun ones, and I'm really looking forward to doing this. I make the grapes, the stuffed grape leaves sometimes, which is kind of similar. We do for that one. I've done lamb and pork, and then we add the rice. So let's get this thing started. So first thing we do is usually use just ground meat, right? Regular beef.
Chopped meat and beef and pork.
And pork. So here you can see we've got about 2/3 ground beef to probably, or 2/3 to 1/3 pork here. And then I got some chopped garlic, so we're gonna add the garlic in. And Rich,
I'm gonna be mixing.
Yeah, you washed your hands there, so you go ahead and mix everything in.
Okay.
So you can start mixing. Now, should we go ahead and put the rice right in there now too?
Yeah, put the rice right in.
Okay, so with the rice, you just got raw rice here. We're gonna put that in like this. What does that look like? Does that look all of it?
Yeah,
wait,
all of it.
Yeah, do it all. Okay, there we go. So this is about 3 pounds of meat here in total, and that was about 2 cups of rice. So that gives you a ratio. It's not so important because, right, like the rice itself, it's just gonna take up moisture, right, and it's gonna get all the juices from the meat. Now I've got some bacon, crispy bacon here. I love eating them, crispy bacon, and I'm gonna put the crispy bacon in. You can do this with leftover bacon you had from breakfast. Now, I even have some fat. We can add that in at the end, right?
Yeah.
Now, not a lot of other ingredients, right? We've got onion, and you said you like to grate the onion, right? So I got a box grater here, and we're just gonna take it. Do I have it on the right way? Yeah. Always gonna make sure you have the catch on the right way, right? Yeah. And you like to do, why do you like to grate it?
Because some people don't like
the big chunk of onion?
Chunks of onions, yes.
Yeah, I get that. And this gives you
the whole thing is the flavor.
You get the flavor of the onion without having the chunks.
Yeah.
And everything's raw, so you don't, this way it gets all mixed in without. It's almost like you get a little bit of onion water that you're adding in there with it too. So I'm using the big holes for this. He's mixing that up good, and he's trying to get all of the all of the rice kind of evenly spread throughout, right?
Right.
Okay. This, I guess I got to be worried about. I'm going to start crying here in a second. You tell me a story, I'm going to cry. Okay, so we did that, and then I'm going to just pop that in there like that. And I'm going to see if I get every bit of the onion pulp out there. And I'm going to get this out of my way. And I'm going to clean this off a little bit because that onion does, the fumes from that will get you all teary-eyed over here. And I want to clean that up. So while I do that, you're finishing mixing that up. And we've got some other basics that we're going to put, right? So we're going to put salt, right? So I've got, for that volume, I would say 2 heavy teaspoons. So those are half tablespoons of actually salt. And then we're gonna put, these are some really nice, this is like 5 different peppercorns, green, red, black peppercorns that I'm putting in there. So a lot of good peppercorn flavor, right? And You don't put a lot of other spices, right?
No, that's it. Just parsley.
Parsley. So I've got some parsley. Now, normally I don't like, myself, I don't like, I like Italian flat leaf. I don't like the curly parsley as much, but curly parsley is all we found in the market today, so that's what we're going with, and that's kind of how it rolls sometimes. You just have to go with what you got and make it work. So this curly parsley is actually okay for cooking, I think. I like, if I'm going to eat parsley raw, like in, you know, as a salad, a parsley salad or something like that, I like the flat leaf parsley. But this curly parsley, when you're adding this to meatballs or you're adding it to like a stuffed cabbage like this is fine. So with this, I'm going to add this in.
Okay.
Okay, and then you can just keep working that in there. That looks like a good amount, right?
Yeah, that's plenty.
That's perfect. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and crack the eggs over here while you're doing it. Now you put the egg in at this point, right? You're
Yes. Right.
Okay, but I'm going to go ahead and crack them first. And once these are cracked, we'll whisk them up a little, and then I'll pour them in, and you can mix them around a little.
Yeah.
Right?
The eggs are what binds it together.
Eggs bind it together, right?
Yes.
Okay. So let me take a little fork here, and I'll whisk this up. Now, anything else we're missing?
No, that's it.
That's it, huh?
That's it.
All right. Parsley, eggs, right? Garlic, onion, and then we got some of that. I'm going to put some of this bacon fat in there too.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
That can't hurt, right?
Nope. It's good.
Nothing like a little good bacon fat. All right. So what I'm going to do, Rich is going to keep mixing this up for a second. I'm going to clean this up here. We're going to show you how to stuff some cabbage. Okay, we're back. Rich has got this. Looks really smooth and nice, huh, Rich? Everything is in there really tight, right? Yeah. The eggs, the parsley, the seasoning. Now what I've done, you guys can see here, we've taken a head of cabbage. Now this was the head. We've taken 2 heads actually, 2 heads of cabbage, and I cut the bottom root out, and I cooked these heads because they're hard to pull them off without breaking them. So if you pull them off, you see how nice that looks, right?
Yeah.
So why don't you show us, Rich, and these outer leaves, we're going to use those too. But for right now, when you cook these like this, and you cook, you know, just put them in some boiling water. What we do is we put them in boiling salted water, like you're cooking pasta, and you cook them for like a minute or 2, then you roll them in water. All right. So show me how you do that again.
You just put it in and you
roll it up.
Kind of push the ends in.
And you push the ends in, you make it stick together, huh, with the meat?
Yes.
And then you stick it here, right?
Then you stick it here.
All right, stick it so it's like maybe like, there we go.
Okay.
So show them that again. Here's another piece. So you guys can see, he's going to take a big spoonful of this, and maybe even more, huh? What do you think? That's a big leaf. There you go. Okay, and then he just rolls it up. He tuck it under, right?
Roll it, and then tuck the ends in.
Tuck the ends in. Okay. So you guys see how to do that? It's really easy. You take these nice pieces like this, right? Just like he's showing you. You take a spoonful of the meat in there, and then you just roll it over, right? Look at this. Even I can do this, right? Must be easy if I can do it. And then you tuck these ends in, right? Like this.
Yeah.
That's it. All right. Now what we're going to do is we're going to roll up the rest of this. And then once we get these rolls together, we're going to show you how to layer these in and cook them. Because that's kind of the method, end. Right? That's the end of it. All right. So we'll see you back in a little bit after we get all this all rolled up. Okay, so we've wrapped a lot of these up, and I want to show you guys really quick on this. We're just going to take like a big scoop full in your your cabbage, right? And you just roll it over, right, Rich? Yeah. And then tuck it. It's kind of like making a burrito, right? And then you just roll it up like this. You see that? Super simple, okay? And then here's another one right here. Sometimes they get broken. It's okay. If you have a really rough piece of the cabbage, like the stem like that, just put it to the side, okay? And this is about piecemealing. Each one of them we're trying to do almost like a tablespoon of meat here, a little bit more. That could be a little bit more. It depends on your size of your cabbage leaf too, right? You want it to be stuffed full. So with this, I'm going to roll it from this way, and I'll roll it down. Now, just like I said, with like a burrito, you tuck it in like this, right? And then roll it, and then it kind of like traps itself like that, and then you end up with a nice cabbage roll. Okay, so we got our cabbage rolls. We got more than we need. I'm going to save that, okay? And I've got my pot here. Now, the pot, you were saying like you could still take some of these pieces of cabbage and just chop them, right?
Yes.
So I could just chop some cabbage like this, because I don't want to waste all these leaves, right? So I can chop the cabbage leaves like this and just stick it in the bottom of my pot, right? And that's just more cabbage to eat here. So I'm going to take all of these nice stems that have been blanched, and I'm just julienning these. You guys can see this, right? Just taking the knife, cutting it one way, and then I'm going to cut it the other way. This way you get smaller bite-sized pieces, right, when it's cooked, and you can share this. And this also protect the bottom of your pot, right, as well. And then you like to put on some sauerkraut, right? So we have sauerkraut here. You want to scatter that in there? That's fine. So he's going to scatter that in there evenly. What the sauerkraut, because it's been salted and aged, right? It gives you a different dimension of the cabbage flavor, which is the exciting part about it, right?
Okay.
You want to put more?
No, that's good.
What? Okay. Oh, because you're going to do layers, or you don't do layers.
Yeah, sometimes do layers.
Sometimes do layers. Okay. So now we're going to take and we're going to just put these in here tight, like this. Or you want to put tomato first? No.
No, tomato
after. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to layer these. You can unscrew that tomato lid there. When I get this full in here, then you're gonna lay tomato. Now I've got some tomato sauce here. You guys can click through on my site and look for homemade tomato sauce if you need a recipe for that. Otherwise, just use your favorite Italian like sauce recipe, or if you have a sauce in the store that you like, you can do that. Now there I've got one layer. So do you want to put any salt in that or no?
No. We'll put this on.
You want to put some? Okay. So you're going to put a little bit more cabbage. We're going to just scatter on top like this. Who taught you how to make this?
My father.
So your father, my grandfather, who was a chef, right?
Yes.
And we have the Hungarian we have Hungarian roots, right? So a lot of Hungarian style recipes, and this was a big Eastern Europe recipe, stuffed cabbage. You probably saw this in Polish cooking too, right? Yeah. I'm sure.
Yeah. So now we'll line it again, and then we'll put the tomato sauce on it.
Okay. So line it again?
Yeah.
So we do our last top lining. Okay. And this one I'm going to go very tight around. This way, like when the meat cooks, right? It doesn't they don't fall apart. They cook together. And with the rice is a real binder too, I'm sure, right?
Yeah.
You've got the rice binding everything up. Okay. And you can see, I would say like for you guys at home cooking for, quite a few people, you're going to probably want to do maybe like 2 pounds of meat, because 3 pounds of meat was, a little bit too much.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll make another pot full, but go ahead and show them what you're going to do here. So with this, you're going to just pour this right over top, the tomato sauce, and then I'll shake it so we get it down in there too. That looks beautiful.
Okay, good.
And now you want to put, so we have some of the water here. Do you want to put some of this?
Yeah, a little bit.
So some of the cabbage water, this is the water we use to blanch the cabbage or cook the cabbage in. Just salted cabbage water. We do like that, right?
Yep.
Now, from here, we're going to bring this to a simmer, not a boil. You don't want to boil it away. Bring it to a simmer, and we're going to put a lid on it and cover for how long, Rich?
About 45 minutes.
45 minutes. So to remember, not boiling it, just bringing it to a simmer and then letting it sit for about 45 minutes.
Right.
All right, so we're going to put it on and we're going to see what it looks like. See you back in a little bit. Okay, guys, we're back and it's been about 45 minutes, right?
Yes.
And that's the go-to time, I think. I'll show you what it looks like. You see how all of that's cooked in nice? That's beautiful, right?
Yes.
Tomato, everything's kind of cooked and steamed and poached and just kind of braised here together, all the meats and the juices. I'm sure that rice has sucked up a lot of that flavor. So from here, you're ready to go. So I'm gonna move this one out of the way here real quick. I took a couple pieces out so we could try it, right? Because we got to make sure it's good, right? So I got you a fork there, Rich. Let me go ahead and cut this. So you guys can see how nice this is. The broth from the tomato is really tasty, and it's firm, right? So you can see, like when we cut it, look at that, firm. The rice in there, everything is kind of cooked with the meat, right? And then it's all nice like this. So what I'm gonna do is cut a few pieces like this, and boom. I think it's time for you and I to dig in. So let's try this out.
Very good.
That's really good, right?
Yeah.
The tomato, the acidity of the tomato, really nice. Sweetness of the tomato cooking with the meat like that, and the rice is kind of absorbed a lot of the beautiful flavor in there, and really kind of brought it together. That's what's kind of like firmed it up is the cooked rice with the meat like that. It's really nice, and then the mixture of pork gives you a little fat, extra fat. If you use just like a lean beef, right, it's a little drier than if you have like nice pork too.
Right.
Now, what else would you traditionally eat this with? And in Hungarian cooking, if you had this for dinner, what else would you serve that with? Would you serve it with mashed potatoes or noodles? What else would you serve it with?
Well, sometimes noodles with cabbage.
Okay.
You know, because you have some cabbage left over.
Okay.
You cook the noodles, and you add the stuff to that, and that's it.
Yeah, but you really don't need anything. This has everything. It has rice in it, right?
Yeah.
It's got the cabbage. It's got the meat, right?
I can't think of anything right now because
It's been a while, right?
Well, yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I make you come up with all, give me all your old recipes. So, I mean, you guys can see it's a very classic, very rustic dish. Something you would find in Eastern Europe a lot. I'm sure that between Poland and Czech Republic and all that, Czechoslovakia, all those places have different things they might add to it, right? They add a different seasoning or something, but the reality is it's the same dish, right?
Yep.
Well, I love it.
Yeah, very good.
You like it?
Yeah.
So, you guys saw how to make it. Pretty clean eating, and all fresh ingredients. So, try this at home. Pretty simple to make for your family, and there's plenty of leftovers you could probably put together and freeze because there's so much liquid, right? It's a good thing to freeze together as well for a future use. But really awesome flavors. I think too it'd be really nice with a nice smooth potato puree because all this has texture. To have a nice smooth potato with that would be really good too. But you guys try it however you like. Eat it just like this with a nice salad on the side, and it's going to be perfect. So thanks, Rich. That was fun. We don't have any wine to toast. All right, we're going to go get some wine. So we'll see you guys back in the kitchen soon with some wine. So let me know if you have any questions on this. Leave comments below, and we'll see you back in my kitchen soon. I'm Chef T. Max.